Well, welcome everyone to Monday Afternoons with Barry Peatling. I'm Colin, your host, and this is Barry Peatling.
Welcome to my viewers out there today. Though it's a bit cloudy today and a bit cooler today, but it's not too bad this weather.
It's a nice day, solid day, and move around and without too much
You've got to be on the go in this business. You keep moving, keep active.
Yep, you're a health advocate. As we know, move it or lose it is your motto.
That's right.
And you also give diet and fitness advice.
I certainly do. With my little massage. Where's that my little card there? Go on.
Well, let's get on to something a bit more interesting. Before we get on to the cricket, we've got some views on that. We'll have a look at your cricketing. There's a headline, Peatling's 131 lifts for Punyip to win. Tell us about that, Barry.
Well, I put this on a few weeks, a couple of months ago, but this is more detail. That was back in 1966, I think it was. The Punyip was playing Matella down at the Matella Cricket Ground, which is a very big cricket ground too. It was not a little oval, it was a pretty big ground, and that day...
we'll just run through the scorecard.
Give the rundown of the score. It was a one-day game.
For Punyip versus Matella. And we'll just look at their score. Someone got 71, you bowled them out.
Yeah,
right.
Kevin Spencer, he was a good cricketer too, yeah.
And then 23 and 18, you bowled them out. And then someone got 10 and you bowled them out. Right, and then you only really after the top batsman of the...
I don't get the slackers.
No, they don't want any tail enders.
No challenge.
There were 8 wickets for 168, and your mate Sprakey was...
Terry Sprakey got a couple of hits, didn't he?
And you got...
I was talking to him a couple of nights ago about this. It's going to be more detailed, because he was there that day.
He was there, Kevin Sprakey, so he was there.
I think I might have run him out too.
So then let's go for a Punyip. So they needed 169 to win. Okay. So then
Neil Feats, yeah.
And Launder, opening batsman. How'd they go?
They were 2 for none. Well, I went in.
So you went
2 for none.
You win for 1 for none.
I was first wicket down.
Yeah.
And they were 2 wickets for no runs.
Okay. Bang bang.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you come in, right, and then your mate Kerry Sprake. Right, you're with him for a little while,
yeah,
is that right?
He was there, hung around for a while. I think I might have run him out too, remember.
Well, there was a rumour going around that you ran him out.
I think you did. I was talking to Kevin, but he didn't mention it, but I think I did.
So he hung around for 17.
How many did he make? 17.
And then you run out Matheson.
I think I might run him out
Yes,
too. Because he was too slow.
Too slow.
Get him out the golf, get him off the ground.
And then you're batting with some guy called Old Man.
Johnny Oldman, yeah. Actually, he died last year.
Okay. And Boyd got 5. And
he died 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
Huey Boyd, 59. Died.
Kevin May died as well.
Keithy May, he's still alive, I think.
Now, there's some little scores. I mean, Kevin Sprake, his second top score was 17.
Yeah, I'll give it a rundown here.
You got 131.
131 NO, red figures. It's sort of talking about one day, what do you call it, what do you call it?
One day.
Now the player gets the
man of the match.
Man of the match, yeah. I took 3 for 40, 2 run outs, 2 stumps, 2 single stumps that day. Went in 2 for none, 131 not out, 13 fours, 9 sixes, and 73 balls.
73 balls you made.
I remember because we went in. It was a one-day game. We went in at 3:30 for our innings. Yeah. And I reckon we finished about 5:15 roughly.
Slapped it around.
We got, what did we get, 100 how much?
176.
I reckon I was about in there for about 70 minutes, I reckon.
Okay.
Which is unbelievable.
Slapped it around.
So we finished the game about 5:20, and it was about 40 degrees that day. And Mattel was a very big ground, Colin. It was one of those little circles. And I think there's incredible, I mean, I made a lot of noise and age, but the only 100 I ever made, but it was a very quick 130.
Very good.
So there you go.
All right. Well, so it shows you've played the game. You've been watching the game for a few years as well.
I must mention this before. Sorry, I should have said this before. But when I was probably 12 or 13, we used to go. The Ricky brothers who were in those cricket photos of St Ignatius photo. We used to go and watch Richmond play district cricket. And this day we went over to Fitzroy, and because we used to always have a bit of a bowl. And there's a couple of big name cricketers who were playing for Fitzroy that day. Was Neil Harvey and Bill Johnson and Doug Ring were playing for for Richmond.
Mm.
And I remember we used to bowl back around, and I remember Neil Harvey said to somebody, he said, that kid's going to be a good bowler.
Mm.
That was me.
Mm.
Because one of my mates was standing listening, he said, yeah. So I went up and asked him, I shook his hand, I think I might have got his autograph. He said, Barry, he found that my name was Barry. He said, if you keep bowling the way you're going, you could make a very good cricketer. And it was Neil Harvey. Everybody knows Neil Harvey.
Yeah.
Just so I mentioned that.
Just one announcement I heard today is Bill Laurie is retiring from the Channel 9 cricket crew.
Bill is one of my favourites.
Yeah, he was a good
Very good man.
Bit of full of colour. So he's retiring
in
about 2 or 3 months. So there you go.
And that time when that photo I showed, the cricket photo, that following year I played for Richmond Thirds, which is under 17s. I was 13 then.
Yeah.
And I finished up playing Richmond cricket under Alan Donoghue and all that, so a long time ago. So I have got a bit of knowledge about cricket. And I was a pretty good cricketer, as a matter of fact. If I would have stuck to cricket, I might have played Shield cricket.
Interesting.
For sure.
Well, there we have it. So we see you're a well-credentialed.
Well, a very good leg spinner, Colin. They were very rare back in them days, leg spinners.
I've been following the game as well. I'm a bit of a history buff on the cricket game myself. But we're going to ask this question. I might have a comment on it as well. What do you think about the selection of Australia's Test side?
I think this last selection, this last Test side is disgusting. I think a lot of very good
joke. You said in the headline.
The fair income joke. That's putting it very mild. I cannot believe that Peter Siddle and you could have dropped Hilphi on form, but apparently they were both dropped because they were tired, Colin.
Tired.
I mean, they train about 15 days a week now, and they're fit. And I mean, I cannot believe Clark said, "Oh no, he's tired. He wants a rest." I mean, can you imagine saying this to the fellas, the former players like Lilly, Thompson, McGrath,
Warney?
Dermott,
What about
Pascal, Ray Linville and Alan Davis? They would kill to play next Test, Colin. I cannot. And Dennis Lilly said in the paper 2 days ago, he said, what's happening with these cricketers? Yes. What is wrong with them?
It's hard to know. There might be an injury.
It's not an injury at all. He's just tired.
He's down on his feet.
I mean, you had 5 days. I mean, you're not playing next day. It's 5 day rest. That's pathetic.
So, what about that reason for resting them? You know.
What's the reason, Mr. Clark? I mean,
what do you think of Clark? Michael Clark.
Michael Clark is a very good batsman. But I've always said he's too girly. No, I don't think he's well, he hasn't got a. Most captains Australia's had the last 30 years. They've got a bit of mungle in them, like Border and Steve Waugh and Ian Chappell. It's just too girly. But
I don't mind him as a captain. I think he's he's a little bit out of the ordinary. I mean, he does different things.
The last Test when Siddle and Hilphi was bowling, they had two or three other bowlers. They didn't have to just bowl them into the ground. When the other fellas wasn't injured, they could have used one of them. Give him a spell, but just kept bowling and bowling because Siddle said, oh, he's puffing and blowing. Give it to someone else. There's 3 other bowlers that bowled there last week. And I don't know.
What do you make of Watson as a bowler?
Watson, and he's fit. He's as good as bowling batsman in any Test player in the world. But whether he's not, I don't think he's probably about 80% fit, I reckon now.
Have you got any comment on Ponting retiring?
Ponting's been one of the greatest, probably in the top 3 or 4 batsmen ever to play for Australia, for sure. Good all-rounder, used to be able to bowl once, and good fieldsman. No, he's. I hope he can go out today or stay in today for the rest of the day and a half and help Australia either win or draw.
All right. Well, what about the Tests now? They're about 1 for 50 or so. Warner's out second ball of the day.
Second ball
of the day, and they got basically 2 days to get 630. No one's ever come close.
Well, they got plenty of time.
But no one's come close.
Well, Australia got 500 once, didn't they?
No, 440,
490.
400 or something. I think 440 is the record. I think South Africa got it. Used to be 418. West Indies got it against Australia. And then
I'm not down it because you're very good on statistics.
But it was about 440. It was.
We did get 400 once.
4 years ago.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. No. You're thinking of that Test where they got 550, and then they bowled them out very cheaply in the second innings, and Australia got 500 themselves, and it was all over. But it's more than a world record. Like, it would be 100 odd runs more than a world record getting this, but they got the time.
There's plenty of time. It's 7 hours.
More than that. It's
Watson,
it's 14 hours.
And Watson's in now, right? If he can get in, if he gets his own quick smart, he'll make 100 and a half an hour.
And so Ponting's last test, his last innings, you reckon he can make some runs?
Well, he'd like to, wouldn't he?
He would like to.
I think most of the punters would like to see him win, but make a big score, go out in a big score, which would be very handy if he make 200. You need someone to make 200 and someone to make another couple of single players make 100.
Yeah, someone needs to make 200.
Well, I just said someone's going to make 200.
200 or 300.
Two other fellas to make 100.
If someone makes 300, they'll win it.
Well, Potty can make 150 at least, and
well,
Clark, he made 300 2 weeks ago.
If he can see the ball.
Now, the odds are probably, if I was a bookmaker on the odds, I'd be laying about 10 to 1 Australian. Get the 600.
Yeah, it's pretty. I saw the odds. It was $11, which was.
Well, I was 10 to 1, didn't I?
And then $1.20 is for them to win it. So they're pretty low odds.
Well, they're 5 to 1 on to win it.
Yeah. So.
Well, couldn't lose it. So
couldn't lose it.
Be a draw.
So we'll have to see what happens today and tomorrow. If they're 4 down by the end of the day, I'll give them a chance.
Well, if they're 4 down, they'd probably be at least 300, wouldn't they?
Rough chance.
What's the time? Yeah, they'd at least be 300 if they're 4 down. Well, you never know.
We'll have to wait and see. And then, of course, in about a week or so, the Sri Lankans are coming out. And the Sri Lankans lost to New Zealand in a test match.
Did they?
Yeah, New Zealand beat them in a test match.
Well, New Zealand's on the bottom, aren't they?
I think so, but they beat Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka's coming out here to play 3 tests. One at the MCG.
What, Boxing Day?
Boxing Day test.
There won't be 100,000 there, that's for sure. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's something to look forward to. And,
any football news?
No, nothing at the moment, and I don't know what's happening with... no, we'll just have to wait and see.
Dean Gentle's still in the area. I've noticed him around.
Well, I was talking at the function 6 weeks ago, and he said he's got his own business and he's pretty keen, so he's working around Bond Beach. He might finish up playing at Bond Beach. Because no one seemed to be making any moves around here to get players or get keep players.
Are you worried about them this year? You're worried?
Well, no good thinking about it. You just got to get moving into the recruiting business, and hopefully they can get someone decent this year.
So we'll have more news on that next year.
Well, if anything comes up, we'll let the punters out there know. But apart from that, that's all from me.
And that's all from me.
Bye bye.